Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. And finally, feels like it's been ages since I last filmed a shopping vlog, which I think has been, like, was it in Milan or something? Anyway, so welcome to another shopping vlog. I did walk past Louis Vuitton earlier today and there was quite a queue. That being said, today is a Saturday, so fingers crossed the line won't be too long and we'll be able to check out some Louis Vuitton goodies. Also, I'm actually wearing a new coat. I'm gonna talk about that later in the video, but I'm loving it. It's like wool, it's like a wool blend, or 100% wool or something. Crazy warm. Love the flowiness. Handbag of the day is my Chanel Jumbo, which I adore. But anyway, I'm gonna try to make this intro as short as possible. I'm gonna catch you later to talk about the coat and a couple of other bits, but first off, let's look at some luxury goodies. Okay, now this is sick. Look at the amount of bag charms. I guess this is from the men's line. I mean, based on the bag charm, I'd imagine it is. Like silver and gunmetal kind of hardware. Conveniently, there's a mirror. Oh, look at this. Okay, apparently people are not sick of bag charms quite yet. As always, I'm gonna try to find out the price and like the reference code and stuff online. So cool. And I guess it comes with like a shoulder strap as well. Okay, I'm actually loving this. Okay, it's a little too hot in here, so the scarf had to go, and yeah, also wearing the coat open right now. But look at this. Again, bag charms. So fluffy. To be fair, it's getting lost on me a little bit. A little bit of the Christmas animation left. Yeah, this is quite cute, and I do think that they have the clay and the Christmas animation as well as the, is it the pochette S? Not too firm on the different sizes that it comes in these days, but yeah. Big as zippy wallet, a tiny little speedy. Briefly checking in, I found a mirror. Actually, I found two mirrors, so there's like mirror inception going on. But yeah, briefly checking in to introduce you to the sponsor of this segment of the video, which is going to be Fabrique. So you may have gotten the idea already that there's going to be something to talk about when it comes to this coat. I think this is called the Margot coat. I'm going to cut to Lesley in the past, who's going to introduce you to Fabrique and talk you through the amazing goodies that Fabrique was kind enough to send my way. Also, I decided to incorporate my like most worn favorite handbags of the year. I guess like most worn handbags. And there's going to be a handbag unboxing, so stick around, and I guess I'm going to hand it over to Lesley in the past, who's going to show you all the goodies, try on bits and everything, but yeah, I guess catch you there. Alright, welcome to my living room. I tend to film my sit-down videos usually in front of my handbag wall in my walk-in wardrobe, but I figured when it comes to like try-on videos, the more space, the merrier. It's definitely a little easier to show you like full body shots of stuff that I'm trying on. So yeah, I already mentioned Fabrique, who are kindly sponsoring this segment of today's video, and I'm so excited. So if you've been watching luxury YouTube and or fashion YouTube for a while, chances are you may have come across Fabrique already. So essentially what they do is they partner with individual designers. I think at this point in time, they work with a little over 350 individual designers, and like renowned designers at that. Some of their designers have worked with LVMH, Hermes even, Bottega Veneta, hold that Bottega thought, McQueen. They even work with designers who actually went on to create and found their own label, and still they decide to work with Fabrique to bring out exclusive pieces. And by the construction of the pieces and the materials that they're working with, you can definitely tell that they know what they're doing. So all of the details, codes, links, little bit like information in terms of my measurements. I haven't weighed myself in over a decade, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go through that and put myself through that just for this video, but yeah, you can kind of gauge my like body shape. All the information, all the details. I think Fabrique also recently started like a loyalty program or something. Everything will be linked below, and I'm already wearing a full Fabrique outfit. Can you tell I'm excited? So this top is like merino wool, I think like Australian merino wool. Feels so soft, and look at the detail of the neckline, like drop cutouts, I guess, and like a little bit of a bow situation here. So this is part of the Essentials line, and the trousers that I'm wearing look very corporate, but they are so soft. These are called the Abbey trousers. Oh, by the way, the top is called, I think, the Eden Bow top. Again, all the details will be below. I guess you can decide where exactly in terms of your hip you want to wear it. I'm currently wearing it somewhat up high. I'm like definitely like in my waist above my hip bones. You can definitely tell that there was like an expert when it comes to tailoring working on this piece. So it's been designed by Miss Mug, I want to say. She's from Tokyo. And I think she's been working with Fabrique since 2022. So they definitely have like an ongoing partnership. So yeah, very corporate looking. Hold please. I'm gonna grab a cold because this is gonna like complete the corporate look. Most of the items have like this, I guess like all of the items, let's be real, have like the Fabrique label on the inside and also the name of the designer. I really appreciate that they highlight the names of the designers behind their pieces. So this has been designed by Sam Frenzel. This is called the Outerwear coat. It's like a black gradient into herringbone, which I love when I saw it on the website. Also what I thought, not so much for warmth in this case, but like for looks, it's like just draped over the shoulder. They also do handbags. So this is like, this should complete the full corporate look. Oh, by the way, if you see like some black and white bags peeking down there, I might cut it short, but I'm definitely going to show you some of my most worn luxury bags of 2025. We're nearing the end of the year, but first off, talking about bags, came in this dust bag to reveal the, sorry for the mess in the background, Brera tote. You can definitely like slouch it under your arm and wear like a big ass tote, like as clutch essentially, but don't worry. It's got handles. The inspiration for the name comes from a district or like an area in Milan. It does have like a little bit of hardware, and apparently this is like electroplated 18 karat gold, if I'm not mistaken, which is amazing. It's got feet and it even arrived with like protective rubbery things. Obviously you can take those off, and even on the feet down there, it's got Fabrique etched in here. It doesn't have a zipper, but it has a magnetic closure. And on the inside, it's like a cognac suede. You can also, like a little bit like the Neverfull, you can make it more of like a triangular shape. Gives it like a completely different vibe. Yeah, like a full leather bag, and it's not even that heavy and massive as well. I do have, let's see, oh yeah, I have my, I think this is the 14-inch MacBook Pro. Look at this. You can definitely fit like a bigger laptop. I just don't have like a bigger laptop on me, but easily slots in. Yeah, it could be like my new work bag. I don't know. My work bag is my boring ass Longchamp Le Pliage. I think this is part of the Neo collection or something. It's like black, oh no, it's the green collection because it's got the like green glazing here. But as a bit of an upgrade, this could be my new work bag. What do we think? Anyway, so let's see. Oh, by the way, did I mention the design already? So while I try to like turn the bag inside out, which hurts every handbags lover's feelings, but I promise you can turn it inside out. I'm going to tell you about the designer. So this bag has been designed by Valeria Massai, who has been working, that's why I said put a pin in the Bottega thing. She has been working as like a handbag designer under Daniel Lee for Bottega Veneta. So I think she was part of the team that created the cassette bag, like I think the pedal cassette, was it? Anyway, so yeah, you know that she knows her leathers, and that she also puts an emphasis on the quality of the leather. Coming from Bottega Veneta, you can't not be like a stickler when it comes to leather quality. I mean, like especially for fall winter, look at this. Either you can wear it like with a slip compartment, now you can actually see the slip compartment as opposed to before, on the front or on the back. And again, you can wear it in this like more triangular shape. Changes the vibe of the bag completely. Let me briefly get the other coat. So this is the Margot long coat. This has been designed by Joshua Lockwood. I chose an M in this one. And when I tell you this coat has been on constant rotation, as I said, I've had the Fabrique items for like a little over a week at this point. And I've already worn this coat twice, which says a lot because I also like partially work from home. So I don't even leave my apartment every single day. You can definitely wear it open. It also comes with a belt, but you can like button it all the way up, and you can also create like a funnel neck, which is like so on style. It's crazy warm, which you wouldn't necessarily think because it's not like overly heavy. I guess that's the alpaca blend playing into it, but I wore it yesterday and it was below freezing. I wasn't freezing though, and I'm the first to admit I get cold so easily. My hands, like my entire family can attest to the fact that my hands are always like ice bricks, essentially. And I was so cozy and warm in this. Did I mention Joshua Lockwood, the designer of this coat? He worked at Givenchy, Saint Laurent, and Burberry, I think. So, you know, tailoring and like outerwear in general, he knows what he's doing. I haven't changed out my top just out of laziness, but I'm wearing, you can't tell, no. Okay, wait a second. Can you tell? That's what the street style videos are for. So I'm wearing like flat jeans. So they do have, as I said, this is from the Essentials line, and they also have like a denim line on top of the individual like collaboration and pieces that I'm showing you. So this like flat, very stretchy fabric denim. I'm not a denim person anymore, generally. Anything like super tight around my belly area, I just can't function, but this is very stretchy. Anyway, what I wanted to show you, obviously, are the jeans, but also this down quilted, still have the tag on there. It's 90% duck down. It's water repellent, I think cotton, but like water repellent, which is amazing. And this has been designed by Hannah Cook. I think she joined, or like she started working with Fabrique in 2025, so fairly recently. And she did used to be like a senior designer for Burberry outerwear. Hello, obviously this already gives like a little bit of Burberry vibes, or like at least like English countryside, right? It's also like on the boxy side. That being said, see this seam right here, and that's actually like a less stain, so you can definitely cinch it in the waist. All right, and the last Fabrique item that I want to show you, don't worry, I'm gonna back off in a second, but I'm just fairly up close right now because, apologies in advance, but I'll have to read out the name of the designer because she's from Rome, Italy, and she's called, brace yourself, Catiuscia Valente. Hopefully. She's been working with Fabrique since 2022, and some of her references include Balmain and Galliano. Now let me back off. Look at this. This is so fun. So this is like a poncho essentially with tassels. And again, let me grab my Brera Tote. Two Italian designers reunited. This looks so cool together. Anyway, I've been talking for way too long. If you're still around, thank you so much. And again, I did promise, let me put the Brera Tote back for a second. I did promise that I was going to show you some of my like most worn bags of the year. I'm going to keep it very short. Maybe you will have seen them down here already. It's looking very black and white, let's face it. So no surprise, if you've been watching my channel for a while, this is my Chanel medallion tote. And it's not just like my most worn bag this year. It's basically my most worn bag every single year. I've had it for 6 to 7 years. It's still looking amazing. Obviously, I bought it like pre-loved. They don't do the medallion tote anymore. I got it for a steal, especially compared to current prices. I did go to like a pre-loved boutique. Was it yesterday? I think it was. And they had basically same specs, quality or like condition looked the same. For 2,100, I paid like a little under 1k euros for this bag, including like the authentication and everything. Yeah, that being said, yeah, that was in 2018. So prices have definitely gone up on the pre-loved market. I adore this bag to pieces. My most worn bag basically every single year. Before we get into the second black bag, this guy right here, which, ooh, yeah, very washed out, sorry, about the like studio lighting, washing out this bad boy. So this is my Celine Says, which I purchased late last year. I think for my 5k subscribers, maybe? Might be, or just like, yeah, a gift from me to me for Christmas. I think it was for Christmas to myself. I bought this pre-loved as well, and yeah, it's a white bag. It's a white bag. It's still looking amazing. Granted, like the corners, you can't really avoid it. There was some like wear and tear on the bag already, but it's a white bag. And I got a steal on this as well, like well below 50% of the retail. It came to Paris with me twice. I did go very early in the year, like early January, and I took this like in the depths of winter, and also in August when we went to Paris with the Handbag tribe. And it also came to London with me in, when did I go? Like beginning of May, I think. Honestly, I didn't anticipate to be wearing this bag this much, but I adore it. I wouldn't be opposed to getting another one. Steph from Handbag has this exact size, but in black and shiny leather. They don't do like the pebbled leather anymore. Sorry, it's like really washing it out. Such an amazing bag. So yeah, I don't like fully tally up the amount of times I wear a specific bag, but all in all, I can definitely vouch for the fact that this has been one of my most worn bags, and what a surprise at that, because it's a white bag. Anyway, and the last one, Again, I don't do like a full tally, but I do have a feeling those 3 are definitely the top 3 in terms of like amounts that I've grabbed them. Is another Chanel bag and another pre-love one, and like a very vintage one at that. This is proper vintage. It came with the like the original dust bag, which looked a little battered, but I mean, duh. Especially when I tell you this is a 0 series. It's like 45 years old or something. This is the medium classic flap. Look at this. Again, another surprise. I mean, I do own another classic flap in the jumbo size in caviar leather. That one I purchased from the boutique in 2019, like right before the insane price increases started going off. This is obviously a little smaller and it's in lambskin, but I've been wearing it tons. So, oh yeah, looks amazing with the fringe poncho. I'm so excited to incorporate the Fabrique items into my daily outfits, especially the colds. In the colder seasons, the only thing you see is basically the outerwear part of your outfits. Anyway, thank you so much for making it all the way until the end. Also, big thank you to Fabrique for sponsoring this part of the video. Again, all of the details will be below. Discount codes, links, sizes that are picked, all the information, everything you need is going to be down below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'm going to catch you in one of my next videos. Bye.